Good afternoon. Greetings to this edition of Black Mental Health Matters, streaming live from Tuna KTTV. And we have here Sister Teresa Williams. Good afternoon. Greetings.
Greetings to you too.
Greetings. So I'd start off by saying we're really sorry that you as a mother have to go through this experience. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us what exactly happened? Your son, Kenion, has been terribly brutalized by the Ohio police, Akron, Ohio police. Please
Right.
tell us what happened.
Um, my name is Teresa Williams. My son's name is Kenion La'Vonte Gay. I got a phone call around 6, I think it was like 6:04 p.m. on August 4th, and the young lady was screaming for me to get there. She was screaming, "Get here, get here. They beating your son, they beating your son." Corner Glendora and Copley. So of course I get there. I seen Kenion for a minute, and then the next thing you know, Kenion disappeared. Well, I let every cop know there because this is my second son that was beaten by the Akron Police Department. He just happened to be mental. So a couple witnesses. It was a white lady named Susan. She gave me a video. She sent it to my phone, and it clearly shows the cop going down Kenion's pants in his underwear, turning and squeezing his genitals. Kenion is screaming in the video, stop squeezing my, he used a different term. Then when they was putting him in the police car, another witness gave me another video, and that shows him getting his feet slammed, his ankles. They just threw him in, didn't give him time to get in the cruiser, and you could see his ankles just getting smashed in the car 3 times until one of his shoes fell off. This car number 8 for the Akron Police Department is known here in this city. We just requested all the records to beat on all black or people of color. This is what they do to everyone. All the gentlemen in Akron, Ohio. They just happened to get caught on camera by 2 different witnesses this time. And so what they did was, Kenion's mentally disabled. They cut their lights on, but Kenion's thinking, if I drive a street up, I can take the car there and whatever they want, but the police jammed in. They ran their cars into Kenion. One car ran their car into Kenion. Kenion hit another person, and they lied on a police report and said Kenion was driving recklessly, and he hit and injured a person. Well, see, I have the video. So a video doesn't lie, but it proves that they lied on that police report. We don't know what, you know what I mean?
What exactly happened? What did Kenion say? What happened exactly?
Kenion said that he went up, he asked for his cousin Shay Shay's keys. She gave him the keys, which there are witnesses stating that she gave him the keys because he said he was only going a block up to a block and a half up to Open Pantry.
Right.
And so that's a story. He said he seen them cut the lights out on. He got scared, so he came out. He was driving normal. We have 1-lane streets. The cop then come flying and hits Kenion and throws him into another car. So Kenion's in a car accident as well. Well, when the ambulance showed up to look at both of them, they took my son away and hit him. A person that was there, they weren't a witness, but they came to because they know how the cops do, our gentlemen here, people of color. And they came and they said, we found your kid. We found your kid. They took my kid in front of a school and beat him some more. And not just that. The law here is if you leave a dog, an animal in a car,
They have more rights.
they left my son in the car for 45 minutes with the windows rolled up, and he got asthma.
I mean,
When I
this is,
got there, it was an ambulance there, but Kenion said he wanted to be seen, and the sergeant says, "Oh, he good." How do you know he good? And a cop car just ran into him, made him hit another car. And then when they snatched him out the car, I'm gonna go backwards. When they snatched him out the car, they handcuffed him immediately and just start punching him in his face, kicking him in his ribs, and just beating him. That's when the young lady called me and said, "You need to get here, your son. They're beating your son. That's
yeah.
what happened."
And also to say again, you have all this evidence on camera.
Yes.
How is Kenion doing now? What is happening? How is he coping with all this? What are the injuries he has?
He said he already had got hit in a locker socket
Mm-hmm.
when he was in jail before. They know, he mental disabled. So Ken has like an impulsiveness disorder where he reacts without thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that when they beat him in his head, he said his head hurt real, real, real bad. He said, "Mom, I think I need some kind of CAT scan or MRI." Somebody in there must have told him that's what he needed, another inmate, because Kenion wouldn't have known them words. You know what I'm saying?
He wouldn't know.
So he was like, "I think I need a CAT scan or another MRI, or MRI to see what's wrong with my brain." Then he was like, "My ribs hurt." So they're in a county jail. You have to pay $20 to see the doctor. He paid $20 to see the doctor, and the doctor told him nothing was wrong with him and gave him an ibuprofen when he said he wanted to go to the hospital.
Terrible.
That should be up to his discretion. That's against his constitutional right. If he say he wants to go to the hospital as an inmate and he's been beaten and his genitals have been twisted and turned, take him to the hospital.
I mean, this is showing again that the combination of having a mental illness and skin color amounts to really a double bind. No, this is.
It's a shame.
Yeah,
it's sad, and it's happening in Akron. We have had 9 Black African American people of color, 9 Black men killed by the hands of the Akron Police Department, and no one has did anything. And I believe that these 2 cops in car number 8, Akron, Ohio, car number 8, I think they were hired in. The white supremacists sent them in.
yes.
Because it was told to me from a ton of other, guys, that this is what car number 8 does to all people of color. So
they have this history.
Yeah.
There's a history with this particular police.
Yes. Car number 8. That's all I can remember is car number 8. Because everybody, that's what the guys say here. They was like, car number 8, they'll kill your tail. They'll do this to you. They'll do that to you. So I know they have to have some kind of complaints. So it's a civil rights attorney that's helping me on this case. And he ordered for them to send the body cam and dash cams, because that is the law now. They have to give them up. We will know if they're edited because I have 2 different recordings from 2 different witnesses from 2 different scenes of what happened to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He ordered records from the police department on them officers to see if they ever had complaints against them, which I'm quite sure they have. And right now, the Akron Police Department is under investigation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I'm sure this is not the first case that has been reported.
Exactly. And I know it's not. This is probably the 100th case. They remind me like a movie. It's a movie called Training Day that Denzel Washington was a cop and he was a crooked cop. These two cops remind me of that movie Training Day.
Mm.
And we don't know what else they do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
To our people of color when they got their hands on them.
Right.
They're known as ruthless.
Right. This is really, what kind of support is there in the communities to people who have mental illness? Because in the first place, these are a danger. These policemen, as you're describing the situation, this is a danger. And it's so hard to believe people growing up, experiencing this type of police violence, witnessing it in the communities all the time. I mean, what is happening on community level? What is going on there?
Well, we have NAAC. Each city and state has their own NAACP connection. Well, I contacted Judy from the NAACP, and when she seen that I was going to be on TV,
Mm-hmm.
she put delivered. I mean received.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, she hasn't done anything. And we got videos and everything. She hasn't done nothing. She hasn't called to help get it on the news. She hasn't called, and she's the president of the
Mm-hmm.
NAACP. So it leads us to like do things by ourselves because
Yes.
this organization is not helping us like they're supposed to because of the person that they have in charge.
Right. Right.
You know, and that
Right.
she needs to go.
Definitely. Definitely.
But I have had people helping. I do a talk show, um, like how we're doing live TV in Dublin,
Yes.
Ireland, and my co-host, she also started a petition. And what makes me sick is that this is all over the news and radio stations in Dublin, Ireland, but it's not
Mhm.
here in the United States.
Okay.
Where where does that happen at? How, how does that happen that people from different countries are seeing what you're doing to us, but nobody's trying to cover
Right
the
here.
story?
Yeah, that happens. That's a phenomenon we have here also. We had people going out on the streets in thousands when they heard about George Floyd. At the same time, we have here in Germany cases where people have been killed, and people would rather turn a blind eye.
Okay.
Yeah, this could happen, but let's hope that with the awareness we're raising, we can get people everywhere, no matter where you are, brothers and sisters.
Yes,
We have to stand together and stand
yes.
up when one of us is brutalized,
No matter where you at, no
no
matter where
matter
you
where you
at.
are. Right. So there are a lot of people who are really touched by the case. We have Osiris, who says himself, I have mental health abilities. We have Ricarda Bradford saying, brothers and sisters, it takes great sacrifice and humility to see, hear, and feel the glory of our Creator. And trying to give empowerment to our people that there is a creator and that we can overcome this when we unite together.
Exactly.
Yes, it's
Exactly.
not easy, but we can go through this together.
Yes.
And Osiris again saying he would like to help if possible. And at this point, I would like to tell our viewers again there is a GoFundMe page. And please write to us, United States of Africa, Black Mental Health Matters, and we will inform you what you can do to support. There is Chris Chris Blanca also sending positive remarks, solidarity with the family. Liar Debbie Macquis has signed the petition. And yes, we continue. We continue with what we can. Adrian Radu saying, this is a terrible tragedy. If I can humbly suggest to the kind mother to contact Tahiri Justice Center because they promote racial unity and also saved many women from terrible situations. So if you have, you could contact the Tahiri Justice Center, which Adrian Radu is suggesting.
Okay.
Yeah. How is this? How does this sort of brutality impact the whole family? I heard because you said before you have also another son
that they beat, and they put
yes.
it. Well, I have another son that they beat. I'm frustrated. I have another son that they beat. They had one of the cops had their knee on it. My son was coughing up blood because they really beat him bad. He was coughing up blood, and one of the cops put their knee on his throat, identical to George Floyd.
Oh, no.
One of the witnesses, his name is Kevin Preston, and not Kevin, I'm sorry, Kenny Preston, and I give Kenny the utmost respect. I rolled a red carpet out to him because he knocked that cop off my son and didn't go to jail.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. So, and then when the witnesses recorded it, the FBI, because the FBI was on scene, U.S. Marshals, DEA, like my son was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. But I feel that was going to happen to any black man because that was the day after the Capitol riot. The Capitol riot was on the 6th, which is my birthday. And then this happened on the 7th. So why did it take over 20 to 30 white Caucasian cops to come on scene for one black man, one tiny black man? He's tall, but he's real skinny. Like, so from that happening to him and to my mental child, I feel like, are y'all coming for me because y'all know I'm a fighter and I don't give up? And I told them I'm not scared of them. I'm not scared of anything. I've been in 4 comas and I survived and died many times. God didn't leave me here for no reason. I'm here to work and to do his work. And this work, yes, it happened to my son, but it keep happening to other people. And we got to do something. We have to. We have to. And it doesn't make sense that the news centers here is scared to take the story because of the corruption in the police department. You're scared you know what I'm saying? So that's why they haven't came forward. And I got that from someone I know. It was like the Akron police, the Akron and Cleveland and all the news centers, they're scared. So again, these 2 officers remind me of the movie Training Day because you don't know what they're telling the others or how they got, you know what I mean? Just doing dirt. They just do dirt. Right. And like I said, in the street, they're known as ruthless. So I want to fight. I want to sue the city. I want the officers that were involved with Kenion's beating, all 3 of them, I want them fired. I want them charged and arrested and put in the penitentiary.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right. Yes.
Because with my other son, the people that had the recordings, they did something to all their phones where they had to get new phones. Their phones stopped working. So I have video of my other son, but they did something to their phones. Well, they don't know where these videos came from, so they couldn't do nothing to my phone. And it went to my email and not to a text messaging. Yeah.
Have the videos been publicized? Have they been sent out to different communities and the public?
Yes, I've sent them to a lot of people, and They still need to be sent out because it's so many people that don't know what happened.
Yes.
It is so many people that don't know what happened. I sent the videos over to him. I can't think of his name, but I
Dan
sent, what's his name?
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel. I sent all the videos over to him where you can actually see everything. I
Yes.
also
Yes.
sent him pictures because what I was doing was when I was watching it, I was
Mhm.
screenshotting, stopping it and screenshotting. That's
Mhm.
how you can see in one picture the cop is in Ken's side pants pocket. And then the next picture, he all the way down his pants, almost to the elbow. That is called gross sexual gross imposition. That's what that is called. And I want him to register as a sex offender.
Yes. Yes. I mean, the length, the extent of the abuse seems to have no limit.
No,
It's just, do you know if any data is being collected on how often people with mental illness are being brutalized in this way? If there are reports on this?
I don't know, but that is a good question. And that's something I'm going to do.
Yes,
I'm going to request that. I'm
right.
going to request that to see if they will release how many people was mentally ill that was during an arrest or went to jail on arrest, because I feel, you know, jail is a slavery for us. You know, slavery is still in since we, even though we've been free for 402 years, you know, and people with mental illness, why would you send them to the penitentiary
Yeah, yeah.
instead of to a residential to get help on their mind and the things they really need to know and accomplish to be able to succeed on the street as an adult?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because this racism and ableism, which is so embedded in the in the Western society, which is tied to this white supremacist attitudes which enslaved people for 400 years, is still happening, and
Yes,
throughout this century, all these things that we're seeing, even the science participating in all these vicious crimes,
right.
is still part of the is still the continuity of that, that
Hmm.
that this Western society has constructed all these models,
Right.
that even go so far to frame people who are mentally ill, people who have serious illnesses, to frame them in a way to make them look dangerous, and it criminalizes them. Yep. So this
Right.
is often a part of the strategy of the construct that
Yeah.
they have created.
That's what they did with
Yeah.
Kenion. You see how I said I got the video and they lied on the police report? They said Kenion recklessly was driving and
Right.
he hit a vehicle. Clearly, I have the video of the police car smashed into Kenion. You know what I mean? They just trying to pin anything on them because they know they're wrong. And again, they know who I am because, see, when it happened to my first son, I contacted President Biden, got a response. Senator Sherrod got a response.
Mm.
Council City, I stayed on them, and that's what helped change the law in Akron, Ohio. Because before you couldn't get the body cams, they'd play games with you. Now
Yeah.
it's reported if anyone from City Council asks for the body cams, dash cams, they have to give it to them in 7 days.
Hmm. Yeah. This is really awful. And also with the facts that when you want justice for your child, it's also costing money, right? It's
Right,
the state has not made any provision for people who are being brutalized by the police to get the necessary financial support and assistance.
right,
So,
right.
okay. Um, so there is a GoFundMe. Do you have the link there? Do you have the address of the GoFundMe?
No, I don't.
Okay, then I will try to.
email it to me?
Yes, I will check. I'm checking right now as we are speaking,
Okay.
and hoping that I can see the GoFundMe. I'm looking for it
Mm-hmm.
so that we can maybe let the people have it.
Okay. I know they killed the young lady in
This is,
Cleveland about 8 years ago, and I can
could you
never
tell us
forget
about
about her.
that, please? I'm not aware of this case. Please tell me about it.
And it was about 8 years ago in Cleveland, and she was having a psychotic moment.
Mm-hmm.
African American female, and her parents called because they wanted the police to come to help, but not to kill her. Well, the police didn't even call the ambulance. When they put her in the back seat, they smothered her and killed her. She was dead in the back seat before she even arrived at the police station.
In the police car.
In the
What?
police car, smothered, dead. And she had psychosis, bipolar. I mean, just different types of diagnosis. And they killed her.
Yeah.
That's not what you're supposed to do. Because
That's
they're
simply
really like
awful.
people with mental disorders, they're really like kids. They're still like little kids.
Yes, yes.
Fine. And they think the things they do, they won't get in trouble. Or the things that, it's
Right.
just, but for these two Caucasian cops, I think one of the last names is Phillips. I think one
Philip.
of the officers' last names is Phillips, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
I got to get the other one's last name, but they're hellions. They're out to kill our black brothers and sisters.
Right.
And I know they're white supremacists because you're not doing it to one, you're doing it to all. I'm just one
Okay.
that didn't give up. And I'm not scared of you.
Okay. So I just draw attention again, please. There is the petition which is running, right? You can see it in the ticker.
Mm-hmm.
Please sign the petition. Um, Justice, unfortunately, costs money. So we're definitely going to support with a GoFundMe where donations can be made. And we will also put that up for brothers and sisters and all those in solidarity to support so that you can get the legal support you need in
Right,
this matter.
right.
In this matter.
I definitely need that to help
Right.
because the charges they put on him was so bogus. I said, and again, they lied in the report, so I know they lied on them charges.
They
Is that
always do. They always do. And we have to see that we pay attention. That's why also Black Mental Health Matters is raising awareness to stop the stigma, to stop the criminalization of people with mental illness. Yeah,
right?
and this is the way that they're being portrayed as a danger to law enforcement, which is not the case.
Right. It's not.
It's not the case.
It's not. But they want to do that so they can kill him.
This is what they want to do. So we have here Miazi Paracion saying also amen to that. And Kay Feltz says she's giving you a lot of support and saying you're a survivor queen for what you're doing. And yes, I take this minute also to really thank you for your courage, for being so committed, for your love to your son and children that you stand up for them in this way.
Right. Right.
I
Thank you.
know it costs a lot of energy. I know it's very draining to have to
Yes.
battle in this way. But we do it anyway because we don't want it to continue. Yeah,
Exactly.
it has to stop,
It
and
must.
it has to stop. And for all those watching, it doesn't end at George Floyd. We have to be we have to be very, very awake and in solidarity and pick up the struggle for our brothers and sisters, touch one, touch all, wherever they are. It doesn't stop with George Floyd.
Right.
Yeah. So we have to continue. We have to stand up just as well and speak out just as well for our brother Kenion and all the others who are constantly being brutalized by police, by
Exactly.
racist police.
Yes. Yes.
So we have also Barrington Edwards, who can be contacted over Facebook, is also standing in solidarity with you and the family.
Okay. I don't have Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. There are other things,
Yeah, I
other
got
social media
Instagram, but
platforms and
yeah.
Instagram. So you
Mm.
mentioned you have a you also have a TV show. Could you tell a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, my TV show is called Mojo on the Rising. And
Okay.
I did an audition for Kelly. Her name is Kelly. And she's the host and we're the co-host. And what we do is we
Mhm.
film from home and it live streams like we're doing now, but it's actually on their TVs. So we're
Okay.
more or less talking about entertainment.
Hmm.
You know, we might crack a joke here and there. They always laughing at me, because
Yes.
I'm so outspoken and funny. So, but that's what that show is about, is more about entertainment and what's happening in the world as
Right. Right.
entertainment. Now, our happy hour is on Fridays from 8 to 9.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, that's another TV show. And that one is just go for what you know. We
Okay.
just talk, laugh, and do it all with our little glass of wine, and
Hmm.
it's ladies'
Okay.
hour.
Okay. And are you able to do this in this period where you're still fighting for justice and having to deal with this brutal attack on your son?
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard. Well, I just wanted to move a little bit to that area of self-care because, when I can see you love what you do. And when I asked you about it, your face lit up and you were smiling.
Hmm.
And just as a self-care, I think it's very important to try to maintain these little moments that bring you joy, because
Yes.
the struggle for equality, the struggle for justice, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of time, and we have to take care of ourselves while this is going on. So some days will be difficult, some days might be easier, but whenever you can, take care of yourself and do the things you love.
Right.
Right. Try to keep the routine of the things you love, just so you get that power and energy and maintain
Right.
some well-being in the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that because I know I haven't been eating.
Yes.
My doctor had to call me and boost
Mm-hmm.
to keep all my nutrients in me because I have
Yes.
no appetite.
No appetite. How is your sleep? Sleep is also
My doctor called me in a sleeping pill. So
right.
I take that. I don't even know I'm about to fall out. And I fall out and I wake up the next day and it's just like I never took anything. It's no
Right.
hangover, no drowsiness, no
Right.
anything.
Right.
And
Um, is there any assistance, any form of psychosocial support to deal with this stressor at the moment,
um,
or intervention which you can access?
I know I can access some intervention. I be so tied up on this computer doing things for Kenion that it's hard for me to do that for myself,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm trying to get justice for him. So it keeps
Right.
me busy on a computer because you're constantly emailing, praying that someone emails back. There's another
Mm-hmm.
young lady named Tamika Melroy. She is
Okay.
an activist. I reached out to her and Yandy Smith and got no response. So
Hmm.
they pick and choose who they choose to help because they would be a great help to get the story out there. And
Yeah.
I already sent it to them. So, you know,
Okay. Is Kenyon at home now, or where is he?
he's in jail.
He's still incarcerated. He's in jail right now.
Yeah, he's in jail from the time that they did that to him.
Is he getting any medical care there? What is exactly his
No.
situation? No.
He paid $20 for the doctor to tell him there's nothing wrong with him. But Ken said he knows something wrong with his head. He
Okay,
said,
so this is actually a very critical call. It's
yeah,
not just, it's a critical call because he's still there in a dangerous place.
hmm,
He's not getting medical attention after all the brutality he experienced.
right.
Okay.
And he said he can't sleep. He told me today that he wake up every two. It's about 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the morning, and he tosses for hours. I said that's because of what happened to you. I said, and then our jails are doing them bad because they're leaving our guys locked up for 23 hours out of a day. That's not, you don't even do a dog like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So this is also a very desperate call to everyone out there to
Yes.
spread this message and write to the authorities, contact us, and we will see what can be done. Brother Kenyon is still being imprisoned. He's not getting any medical care. He's not having access to any psychological support. So
Mm-mm.
please, 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 we have to be together on this one.
Yes.
We have Dr. Richard Okoye is also giving his support. Lisa Hurley, it's also MA giving her support. And Mr. Bean, also Shalambaje, also giving their support. Carl Sean, Dr. Fisayo Olotu, Steve again. So I think that it's certainly worth it that you were here. There is
Yeah.
also Selit Smoka and with the email address. So we will continue to raise awareness and to support Kenyon in whatever way we can. We're slowly coming to the close of this special edition because it was really urgent to go out there and to see what in whatever way we can mobilize. Would you like to say something? How would you like to close? What would you like to say to the viewers?
I would like to say thank you for all your help and your comments and the positive vibe that you gave me because it's hard and it is, mental health is serious,
It
and
is.
we must do something about it. We have to stick together because if we don't stick together, who gonna do it? People wonder why Italian families are so well connected and well. That's because they stick together. It
Yes.
doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. Anything that happens to any of us that of people of color, we need to march. We need to do a blackout. We
Right.
need the whole 9 yards so people will understand that we're not playing no more. Our
Yeah.
ancestors died for us. They
They died for
stayed
us.
for us. This right now, our ancestors is tossing and turning in their graves because slavery has not ended. And this is why we know slavery haven't ended because they're still trying to beat and kill our people of color and think
Mm,
that jail is the place to be when it
mm,
is slavery.
mm, mm.
Let's stick together, guys. Let's stick together. And I thank you and love you all.
Thank you so much. That was so powerful. Our ancestors have fought, and we stand on the shoulders of these giants. So we
Yeah.
have to continue the power with power. And we know no justice, there's no peace. And we say, touch one, touch all. We stand behind you in solidarity
Thank you.
for Kenion. And thank you very much for taking the time. We know it's not easy, but you are here to share with us, and we are inspired by your power. Thank you so much.
Thank
This,
you for having me.
okay.
God bless you.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.